Let's get back to the market. Samir Kamdar, CEO of ESK Investment Managers, joins in to talk about trade. Samir, afternoon. It's been a frenetic run for the market. Where do you think it's headed in the near term?
I think market should consolidate in and around these levels. We've had a stupendous rise from the bottom, touching 52.25 and now at 5900 plus. So I think this is a complete one-sided rally, and I would suggest that with oil prices being at where they are, personally I don't see too much of a huge upside going forwards from here.
Good afternoon. That's been the issue from most of the local investors. Domestic institutions too have sold nearly 4,000 crores over the last 1 week. They seem to be on the defensive side now with crude, etc. But it's the global money which continues to keep the market going. So can it continue that way?
I don't think anybody can fight the surge of liquidity, and if it comes to that and you have more and more money pouring in, it can take the stock prices and the markets up to higher valuations. So I don't think one can stand against the flow of money and actually bet against the market. But fundamentally, we must also realize that you are in a market where the oil prices are significantly high, inflation continues to be higher, and nothing seems to have really changed over the past 10-15 days, except for the fact that possibly the FI appetite is back. So they have made their 10, 15, 20% in the West this year and now are hungry for more growth. So they bought the market from the lower levels. I don't know, I wouldn't be very comfortable putting in new money at these prices.
Samir, how do you approach the banks as you get into earnings season?
I think banks are a sector we are liking a lot, and depending upon which side of the segment you are in, for example, some of the large ones like HDFC Bank, SBI are the ones where we're feeling a lot of comfort. Some of the private sector banks are also pretty reasonable in valuation, although some of the other ideas that we like have run up quite significantly in the past few weeks. So I think banks is a sector we can continue to add, and we are looking forward to adding more as and when we get the right prices. We are comfortable with the numbers that we are expecting to come out in the March quarter. There may be a little bit of pressure, but I think we are comfortable with that.
Are you as cautious on the mid-cap space, which has started picking up over the last 3 or 4 sessions, as you are on the large caps post this rally?
Again, I believe relative valuation is where we'll be looking at, and I think in the mid-cap space, some of the good ideas have already run up between 20 and 30%. So the price-value gap that one expects to buy into a mid-cap to avoid any to put in some margin of safety may be missing in some of the good counters. So we would be very discerning in the approach to mid-caps, and I would possibly say that market is looking finely priced at this point of time. So if there can be any more downturn from where we are, it could also lead to a further loss of value in some of these mid caps. So I would be a little discerning and cautious. I would be more comfortable in the large caps at this point of time.
Do you see the possibility of going back and retesting those 53, 5400 kind of levels, or do you think it's more likely that we have formed a higher base?
I think we have formed a higher base because everything that could have gone wrong was going wrong at that point of time. So with all of that, market sustained by staying above 52, 50, 5300. So I would say that that becomes a very strong support for this market going forward. And I would possibly suspect that the base is now trending higher. So I would possibly say 5600 would be a good area where I think there would be strong resistance for the market to go down from, and in case that breaches, then I think 53, 5400 would certainly form very strong support.
Samir, the market seems to be ignoring crude as a trigger for any kind of a pullback. Do you think earnings might trigger some degree of a pullback or pause in the market, or do you think liquidity might overrule even small disappointments here and there in the earnings calendar?
If you ask me particularly, I think there would be margin pressures that we'll see across the board in the Q4 results. And my sense is that, we are expecting a top line growth of around 20% but the bottom line growth may, surprise us by coming in only at around 16-17%. So yeah, there can be, certainly could be a chance for a little bit of disappointment for the market. But as I said earlier, the liquidity surge, you don't know what kind of money you will get in. You may get in $1 billion or you may get in 5, and if that is the kind of liquidity that's going to chase the stocks, then I think some of these issues could really be very topical and may not impact the market psyche at all.
Samir, what's the right way to approach this market from a slightly medium-term perspective now? But do you take the call that the market has sort of bottomed out for the year and you use every decline to buy, or if liquidity pushes prices higher, you actually start building cash in the portfolio?
I think, to be honest, most people have completely missed this rally right from 5,300 to 5,700 and came at a time and in a velocity that most people were not expecting. So if you're amongst those who have missed the rally, I don't think one should make the mistake of trying to jump into it at any point of time or at any price. I think it's more relative to the individual valuation of ideas, and I would possibly say that if the perspective is to invest with a medium to long term perspective, you need to wait for the right prices for your entry points and basically then wait. So if you miss this bus, it's fine, wait for a little bit of a pullback, but I think the base for the year has already been made, I feel, and as I said earlier, that a large part of all the negatives at that point of time, which were significantly more than today, are already priced in. I would still say that crude remains the biggest risk to the market valuations going forward, and anyone with a perspective on the market should watch that closely. But having said that, any time is a good time if investment is medium to long term, although I would possibly say wait a little before you get your right price.
Samir, how would you approach this infrastructure space where there's been quite a bit of interest over the last couple of days? A lot of the non-index names have moved up. BHEL got a bit of a fillip yesterday. What's the right way to look at it now?
I think infrastructure remains a durable long-term story, except for the fact that somewhere in between the valuations were whacked out. What the market did was beat the valuations down so much that there would be value picking coming up at lower levels. So my perspective is that there are reasonable ideas within the infrastructure sector. You need to focus on the right segments within there. But I still feel that with the continuing fillip to the infrastructure sector and with $500 billion going to be spent across the next decade on infra, the story continues to be enchanting, except that the valuation needs to be looked at, and individually script wise I think one will have to examine the ideas for the leveraging on their books, and that's where I think the big cause of concern is. Also, the slowdown in order book has been something that the market has been worried about. The good numbers by BHEL yesterday are a positive for the infra story, but I think it remains far and few, and I wouldn't play the whole pack totally.